effective is the fact that they keep turning out to be true. Look back through history. Look at some of the biggest, most widely believed conspiracy theories in the history, especially of the United States, because it's just historically better recorded in the last couple hundred years. What's happened here, that didn't have thousands of years of influence before that, where, somewhere like England or France, where the history is so vast that seeing how any trends or any beliefs change that would be a lot harder. But in the United States, you look back, there was a time when the CIA didn't exist, the mafia didn't exist, and that's one. The mafia did not exist, and people forget that was a thing. That was not just a thing. That was the official position of the FBI, even though they were investigating them. And I think at that point that had a lot. That was in and of itself one of the most visible worm turn changes in the history of the United States. But the propaganda that had been so successful by the Germans was then brought over to the United States and learned and improved on, and the nephew of Sigmund Freud and blah, blah, blah. There's a crazy, crazy web here. But if you look at how the Donald Trump executive orders have come out, it's interesting because he signs an executive order basically saying that anyone globally can be sued, can be not sued. I mean, we will seize their assets. This is so amazing to me. It's so incredible. We will seize their assets, due to involvement in major human trafficking. And so initially I thought George Soros. I thought he was, okay, this is a clear message to George Soros. But then I thought about it, and I thought about the RICO statutes, and that's how this is going to go down. And it's incredible. Because there have been many Saudis who I believe have had a lot of their assets seized since this went into effect. Like I said, Netanyahu coming under, it's hellfire what he's got. What he's facing right now. I mean, impropriety in the United States in government, and I'll put it at impropriety because, you know what? I don't know what the truth is, and I guess I don't know the extent of it. And honestly, I don't care. But I think that the impact, the reverberation that impropriety has in Israel, or in, I'm going to say, some of the Asian nations where there's, I just believe that there's a more generational pride in Well, I don't know about generational. I guess it's religious as well, but there's more. They're just more traditional in how they view the outward appearance and exposure of very important people than we obviously have gotten in this country, where I'm just going to keep saying it, Jerry Nadler conflating 13 Russian trolls to goddamn Pearl Harbor on national TV. And even when the CNN reporter whose sole job is to make the left look good, the right look bad, which is, it's not even being hidden anymore. Even the reporter had to question Nadler's insanity, after which point he defended it. Jerry, if you actually believe that, then you simply... I have to believe that you are unaware of what this technology is. This technology is the expression of opinion. That is what happened. That's all that happened. The fact that it crossed over international boundaries and may have, but actually didn't, and even the official statement affected the outcome of the United States presidential election, as if we never have fucked with anyone's elections, as if there wasn't an absolutely stupid amount of focus put on various world leaders' relationships with Donald Trump and how that effectively made them good or evil to the core. To think anyone at this point who thinks that I mean, personally, I believe that Robert Mueller should himself face charges at this point for, I don't know. Isn't there a law that can be enforced, you know? I mean, this is fraud. You're taking something that is, you're taking a business that just puts out memes and shit, and you know, yes, maybe they do some social media posting, hey, you know, whatever, Nazis like red laces, whatever, it doesn't matter. But they're just opinions. And it's not even that I necessarily think that the American First Amendment should extend worldwide. However, I think it's a pretty good template. But more so that if you're admitting that you don't have the intellect or the will to resist the gentle nudging of an opinion that is not a mirrored image of your own, what does that say about us as a society? And well, I suppose it says the same thing, that you can now identify as whatever the hell brand of toaster or cell phone or nail clipper that you want, and you know, whatever your leanings this way, that way, you identify with whatever. And for the most part, I don't care about all this. I think it's retarded. I think it's ridiculous. But you know, like everything that, and I won't even say the left because it's not just the left. I've seen the right do it too. But everything that these overly excitable just overreactors, just explosively overreactive mentality of anything that just the grasping at straws to no matter what kind of stupidity you have to bring into the argument, you just want to win the argument. And it's like, ugh. It's become so ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, Jerry Nadler, hey, high five on going on national television and, trying to say that these skinny dudes hold up in, cubicles in the fucking tundra in Siberia in some little shit building, probably no fucking indoor plumbing. I mean, yeah, okay, it's probably fine, probably top of line facility, but either way, it doesn't really matter. The whole point is for you to say those guys, that baker's dozen over there, them 13. Ooh, lucky, unlucky, whatever you feel about it. Those guys, that is the war machine that was brought to the shores of the mighty, mighty red, white, and blue. And ripped us apart, ladies and gentlemen, ripped us apart in a way that, oh God, it hurts. It hurts. In my soul, it hurts. That's where, yeah. Anyway, so, go back to it. You got all these, all right, so Saudis, which we had the beauty of it is this. If this goes through to the end, what we may be seeing is the interweaving of the legal bleeding into the illegal, and the illegal bleeding back into the legal, is a horribly problematic thing for those with ultimate power in this world. Because let's say that your name does happen to be Rothschild, and let's say that any of this is remotely true. You know what? Just to play devil's advocate, let's say your name is McAfee. Fine. And you're actually the family that this legend of Rothschild, which has been played out on the Rothschild family. We'll go this route. Let's go with a little bit of twisting of the storyline. So you're now the McAfee family, and you are that all-powerful family. You are the voice behind the voice. You are the will behind the man. You are the money behind. You're it, man. You got it all. Good job, rock star. You win. But let's say you're this imaginary critter, and you own half of everything in the world. I mean, that's like I said, that's the conspiracy theory is, it's overall, it's because you have to consider the diamond mines and the various rapings of Africa over the generations and South America, just everything. You look at all of this, and so, and your corporations have corporations and have prevailing interests in other corporations and own media outlets, which own media empires, which own